Always lock your hotel door. Kak bang ơi, Phúc Mop Day. Welcome back to another day here in beautiful Dallas, Texas. Now today I'm not going to stay around the hotel. I'm actually going to drive about 45 minutes north to a place called Garland. And, whoa, oh, that's a little bright. There we go. And this place has a lot more choice for Vietnamese food. Honestly, I would have stayed there in the beginning, but my wife's workshop is down here in Grand Prairie, so that's why the hotel's here. With my channel, I have pretty much like two groups of fans. Well, you could break that into many subgroups, but you have the people that watched my YouTube in Vietnam, and then you have the people that found out about me on Instagram here in America. When I came back for the first time after COVID, I started posting Vietnamese word of the day. It caught on fairly quickly. I think one of my first videos went viral, and that led to a lot of Vietnamese in America finding out who I was and messaging me. That being said, quite a few Vietnamese I've been in touch with for a while on Instagram, and some of them even live in Dallas. So now that I'm here in Dallas, I reached back out, and that's where we're gonna start today. In this video, I want to show a traditional pho and then sort of a fusion pho afterwards and try to compare the two. This place is called Pho is for Lovers, and it's owned by a girl named Jen Tang, who has a really interesting hobby on Instagram. But she told me to come by. Unfortunately, my lover is not with me. She's doing her workshop, which leaves me time to go out and film. So let's head inside and see what it's all about. Jen?
Jen.
Nice to meet you.
Cool.
Oh, this is a nice place. Oh, yeah, definitely pho. For sure. For sure. How long has this been here?
We opened in 2017. This is our second location. And
Okay.
then our original location's off Lover's Lane.
I saw two on there. What's up, man? Fuck my.
This is my husband.
Gary?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, feels good being in Dallas.
Yeah. You want any appetizers? We got fried shrimp rolls. You
Normally I'd say yes, but no, I'm.
gotta save your stomach.
Yeah. All right, just met the owners. Sat down here. Place is very modern. I like the design with it. I have some non-lad on the wall, and oh, perfect timing. That's here already. Thank you so much. I love the spread here. Let's take a look at this. Thank you. Time to somehow. Let's get some veggies in there. Got everything on one plate, everything you need. I mentioned before in another video how when it comes to the chai ớt in America, we have chai ớt. In Vietnam, nhưng mà đây là jalapeno. And it's usually not as spicy, so I'll throw some of those in there.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Tang. I'm the owner of Fuzz for Lovers here at City Line in Richardson. We've been open here for about 6 years now at this location. Our original location is on Greenville Lover's Lane. That's where we got the name from. And that location has been open for about 12 years. So it's a family business, and yeah, we love serving Vietnamese food.
Great flavor. I drove over 40 minutes to get here. I was worried to try it out, and then it doesn't match the flavor, or doesn't have any flavor, but no, it's definitely good. A little chili sauce, and of course, chai chan. So when it comes to eating pho like this, it's almost like a ritual, a tradition, you know? You prepare it to your liking. You put the herbs and the vegetables that you want in there. You put the sufficient amount of lime, and of course, chili sauce, whatever else it might be. I mentioned how it has thigh, nam, and bò viên, so you have the rare meat and the brisket. Oh, thank you. The real stuff? Oh my gosh, in high demand right now. Even threw a little sriracha in there for me.
We use like real filet mignon and then brisket, and then meatballs. So we don't really have tendon and like the flank and the tripe, but we still cook our bones like overnight for probably I'd say over like 14 or 15 hours.
She mentioned on Instagram how this is her mom's recipe. So I always enjoy when things are passed down. I see it with my wife and my sister-in-law where they will cook phở or bún riêu or bất cứ gì, like theo the recipe of their mom, and they do a great job. So getting passed down from generations. And the thigh, very tender. Very easy to chew. As I mentioned before, it's very hard to find a place in America that matches the broth taste of Vietnam. It has its own special kick because, as the owners will say in Vietnam, you have to theo khẩu vị của người dân. So wherever the people are, you have to follow the taste. Being here in America, American people, they prefer like a sweeter taste. So I'll find the broth will generally be sweeter. As much as I rave on bún bò Huế or other noodle dishes that can rival phở, it is hard to beat a good bowl of pho starting for breakfast. Starting a little later today because it was a farther drive from my hotel, but I had this place in mind. I wanted to check it out. And whether 12 o'clock or 6 in the morning, it's very good to start your day with a bowl of pho. In fact, for those who are not familiar with the regions, in the north of Vietnam, they traditionally like to start their day with pho. That is the breakfast of choice. I have a link on my channel, but you can look at VTV4, Vietnam Discovery. They made me wake up at like 5:30 in the morning just to go eat pho with some locals in Hanoi, because that's like the traditional way to start your day. Oh my gosh. What is that? Look at that. Looks like they just slaughtered the cow. I have to watch my weight. I told her I can't be messing with those. I'm trying to bring out the ribs. Thank you. All right, well then I have to dive in. Theo văn hóa của Việt Nam rất là bất lịch sự từ chối. So I have to accept, One difference I've run into between filming in Vietnam versus filming in America. In America, you kind of have to put yourself in a corner because a lot of people don't want to be on camera, whereas in Vietnam, people would just jump in your shot. They don't mind at all. So here, you got the corner booth. Make sure don't include any of the patrons. Everyone's just on the lunch break. Try to enjoy this by myself and explain it the best I can. But I will admit, having random customers come up in Vietnam and talk to you while you're eating makes it a lot better.
Hey, chào anh. Khỏe không?
Okay, came here for a bowl of pho. I asked for something that was smaller because there's more to come. And what do I get? I get this. Well, choy luôn. Yes. Get a little bit of the broth in there. That's amazing. You'll see it like high-end pho places. They'll take the tủy, the bone marrow, and they'll scoop it out in there. I have a video of Gạo Việt Kitchen where we did it on a couple of reels on Instagram. And I also did it with a $100 pho. But for here, well, this is just an included gift. Man, that's fresh. Now, Jen mentioned how they don't use things outside of Thai nap and bò viên, but they made a special request for me. I didn't make the request, they made it for me. And then they bring out the bones, and now I get all the tendon and everything attached to the joints here. Here at Pho for Lovers, we got to try a traditional bowl, but now we need to head over somewhere else and try a spin on Vietnamese cuisine. And it goes perfectly with where we're at here in Texas, being so close to Mexico. I hope I didn't just give it away, but let's have a look. I love how the recipe was passed down from her mom, and it's just a family endeavor trying to bring pho in a fast, casual way. It's not just a traditional sit-down restaurant. They cater to the lunch crowd, and they have a perfect to-go bowl for it. But next up on the list, I heard about this fusion place before I even came here. People sent me messages about it. I watched some news about it, and I followed their Instagram page. And this fusion is very interesting because it is a mix of Mexican and Vietnamese, which I'm pretty sure I've never tried before. So I am excited to go and try it out. hopefully it lives up to the hype. And it's about 20 minutes away from Fuzz for Lovers, so should be there in just a minute. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Man.
Thank you so much, bro. What's your name?
I'm John.
You're John.
Yeah, I'm the
Chris and John.
Chris and John.
Awesome.
Chris, my wife. I'm Vietnamese.
Okay.
That's why the Vietnamese and Mexican fusion coming.
Okay, well, perfect, man. I'm very happy to be here. I heard a lot about it before I came to Texas.
Yeah.
So I just went to eat a regular bowl of pho, and then the second part of the video is come and try like a fusion version, man.
Sure.
Man,
You know what? When you eat to see, we'll whip something up, and then we'll bring it out for you.
Okay. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about. What do I have here?
Okay. So you have you got beef belly burrito?
I didn't order anything.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, so we
No.
gave, okay, so it's beef belly burrito.
Okay.
And then we have the saltado with beef tenderloin, cheddar rice, and then the ahi sauce.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks great. Thank you.
I've been away from home 10 years now.
10 years?
Yeah, so watching your videos, stuff like that.
So you moved over here 10 years ago?
10
or?
years ago. Yes, sir.
No,
I haven't been back.
The only thing I knew y'all, man, it's like, yo, that's
A little bit,
really
a little
good,
bit,
man.
little
That's
bit,
really
yeah.
good.
Thank
you. Normally have that, like, same thing with me. Like, my Vietnamese is very Americanized in the voice, but normally, like, even nail techs that have been here 30 years, they have a very strong Vietnamese accent.
Yeah.
But I thought you were born here. And welcome to Chris and John here in Dallas, Texas. Of course, we had to start the day with some traditional pho, but now I wanted to spin on it and get some fusion. Not a competing pho place, no. This place is famous for their pho-rito. So John came out and introduced himself when I got here, and it turns out John is Vietnamese, but his wife is Mexican. So what do? They mix the cuisines. And being here in Texas, so close to Mexico, well, you're gonna get more authentic Mexican than you would in Vietnam. And then having a Vietnamese person mixing in the Vietnamese cuisine, well, I can only imagine what this combination tastes like, but that's what we're here for, so we're gonna try it out. Let's take a look at the food. All right, we came here for the burrito. Let's try that out first. I'm just about to get started. You kind of surprised me a little bit. Man, thanks, John. Hey, while I got you here, let me ask. So, what am I working with? I had the burrito, obviously.
So we're talking about it's like a shaking beef Vietnamese, but we do like burrito. You're looking at it. The wing, the red one is a spicy chili.
Okay.
It's a mango habanero. The sweet chili is like soy glazed ginger. Birria taco you dip in the pho broth.
Okay.
And then that's the pho burger that we have. We just
This is a pho burger, huh? Start off right with the burrito. Wow. It's one of those dishes and it just puts an immediate smile on my face. I'm gonna take a bite of that and it's just, wow. Could be having a bad day, a bite of this, and the day just got that much better. Also has some lime here with it. Now, I was mentioned with the pho at Fuzz for Lovers how each one is it's kind of customized where you decide what vegetables, what herbs you want to put in and your level of spice. But this one is kind of set up for you. You know, you have the ingredients in here already. I'm guessing these are the noodles here. It looks like tung den. We got the regular herbs in there. I should have brought my wet wipes in from the car. This is gonna be a messy day. But something like this type of fusion, it like makes me wish that I lived here in Dallas so I could get this more often. I'm gonna be very sad when I leave here and I don't have access to this because the first bite of the first dish is just like a whole new world. You know, she has her culture, you have yours, and instead of just sticking with a Mexican restaurant, Vietnamese restaurant, you found like a niche here that, you know, I haven't been here that long, but I looked around and I didn't see anything else like that. So I feel like you guys
that's
hold
what we're
that spot.
trying. Yeah, we want to do another Vietnamese Mexican or another Mexican restaurant.
Next up, I would like to move over to the birria tacos. Wow, these are really hot. And then you have the pho broth here with the bone in. Let's take a better look at this. Taco here, dip it in. I've never thought of the taste of pho with cheese. But now that I have it, I don't want to give it up. This place is awesome. Set a sort of tamarind peach mix here. Very good. Here we go. This went from a pho review to review of all fusion Vietnamese. Sauce smells great. When it comes to bò lúc lác, obviously the beef is more important than anything. You can have good sauce. The vegetables need to be on point, but if the beef is chewy, it's just not gonna be good. But this beef falls apart in my mouth. They mix in the French fries too. Look at this. Incredible. Easily some of the best bò lúc I've ever had. Let's take a look at this one. In terms of the quay tai chin, we have a banh mi style. So we got the opla on top. Looks like carrots to mimic the dough chua. There we go. Quay tai chin, banh mi style. That's a great mix. I never even considered that. Doing the egg on the French fries, but not only the egg. When you have it, you mimic the banh mi. Traditionally, banh mi will have your leo, will have dough chua, it will have opla. I mean, at least for me. But when you put all that on the French fries, it's a good mix. What do we have in here? You got the cheese, you got the cilantro, the onions. Yeah, it looks really good. Let's give it a try. That's delicious. Wow. That's on point.
How you like the burger?
The burger was really good as well. And like I said,
Glad to hear.
comparing to the McDonald's pho burger years ago, like no one wants to be compared to McDonald's, but it's just levels above. It doesn't even come close.
Good to hear.
So it had a lot of good flavor.
Good.
Okay. So in terms of the wings, haven't had these yet. And one thing I always shared about chicken wings in Vietnam, like canh gà Việt Nam là rất là nhỏ xíu. So here, good sized wing. I have to look back on the tape and see what flavors these were, but very crispy, comes right off the bone. Makes me think of canh gà nước mắm, canh gà chiên nước mắm, where they fried in fish sauce. I wonder if that's what it is.
Thank
The
you.
wings, one of those was nước mắm, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so canh gà chiên nước mắm. Really good. I had memories. My wife had a Wan Nhao in Vietnam, and that was one of my favorite things to eat there. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, right next to our house.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, it took a lot of resistance to not nyao every night, but it was good to have. And
Party country, man.
if I got to pick number one, I'm gonna have another one. These tacos, the burrito tacos, dipped in the pho broth. Incredible. This is probably top of the list, and these are a lot of dishes, a lot of tough competition. But these tacos, dipped in the pho broth. Changed my mind on cheesy pho. So not only did we have the pho burger in Vietnam, but we also had the pho pizza from Domino's years ago. So I take that back. I have had cheese with the taste of pho. But again, Domino's and McDonald's is so basic. It's good. Don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it. But this is just a whole nother level. Falls right off the bone, literally. Let's see if we can get down and get the noodles. Already messed up one of my shirts on this trip, not trying to mess up another one. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't finish it, but it's also not going to waste. When my wife gets out tonight, she's gonna be enjoying that.